Absolutely.
And we are going to see if Triforks is able to take another map, if he's able to take the match still. Still could be anybody's game.
Yeah, it is 3-1 in this best of 7 in the lower left-hand corner. It is the red Zerg. He is Winter.
And in the top right corner doing some very fast Blue Flame Hellion play in the last game, able to take a game off his opponent. He needs to do 3 more. It is Triforks. So as we said at the beginning of this match, whoever wins this is guaranteed money. We actually are still on us.
Son of a gun. All right, so in case you missed it, in the lower left-hand corner, this guy's playing. His name is Winter. In the upper right-hand corner, here's the other guy. He's blue, he's Terran, he's Triforks.
One of these times, we're going to forget to do that, and you're going to be picking your nose. You're just going to have your finger all the way up there, scratching your brain.
Yep. Could be worse. Could be worse. So we've seen a little bit of variety out of these players, but I mean, not a lot. I mean, Winter has done a bit of goofiness one game, but nothing. I mean, I want to say nothing too crazy, but I mean, a base in your base, I guess, is kind of crazy.
It's kind of crazy. You know, it's a little bit unorthodox, and then, you know, honestly, Nidus Network is one of those Zerg abilities that you don't really see utilized all that often, so it was really neat to watch. But to be honest,
I think that was actually just a really good play.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the fact that, you know, the base in your base, yeah, that's goofy, but the Nidus Network actually was a really good follow-up. And I think
absolutely.
Him building the hatchery in his base threw him off enough to where he was not paying close enough attention. What's up?
Nothing. I thought something was happening, but nothing is happening. Except for Winter doing some damage to this SCV, and he might even get first blood here, it looks like.
He gonna get it? He does get the kill, but is he going to? Oh, he almost loses that drone. The SCV would have kept getting 1 or 2 more shots, but more importantly, he wants that barracks to finish up right away. Patrolling that drone out, 1 more hit from the SCV.
And he's going straight for that. Vespene guys are going to heal up a little bit.
It is interesting that a drone can actually heal while it's morphing into something else.
Oh, yeah, man. Bio. So Reaper is the choice from the barracks yet again. And Winter does have that spawning pool about half done, and the extractor is in production as well. 2 extractors. Oh, yeah, right. The one that's in his opponent's base is still going.
Yep, it is a little bit of a throw-off.
Yeah.
2 extractors going down. He has canceled that once already, rebuilding it again. Mule is down, Barracks is down, Reaper is out, second Reaper to follow, and Triforks is going to be expanding. So Triforks is, you know, largely done the same opening every game. It's very solid, you know, just trying to keep it cool.
Reaper was able to pick off that drone as it came off the Vespene Geyser before it was able to get back on, so he's feeling good about that and is going to go across the map to try and do some harassment. But it looks like the Zerglings are going to be out before he's able to do a whole lot. If he's able to micro them well, he's going to be able to get some damage done, as speed is not yet being researched.
Nope, that's a fact, and the Reaper is going to be able to micro a little bit out of these Lings and probably get a kill or 2 here, but 2 more Lings are following, and he's going to try and get a surround on the backside of this Reaper possibly, or just kind of move on out. And
second Ling does go down. 2 Lings are still heading across the map. There is 2 Reapers now in the base of Winter, and taking on that Queen, he's got to get out of there. He almost loses one of those Reapers, and it still might.
Oh, yeah, if he goes on that ramp.
Ooh, he had to get out of there. 2 Lings are there. They're going to try and take out this SCV, and I don't think there's anything here that can really prevent them from doing so.
Yeah, no, he hasn't been producing anything out of that barracks because he's putting down the reactor to make 2 Marines at a time, but you know, those reactors do take just as long as it takes to actually build a barracks, so and these Reapers are going to corner this Zergling in the back, be able to take that out.
And now the SCV is free to do its job again, getting that command center up and running. It's, you know, construction is a hard job.
Yeah, it is. On that factory was almost delayed there in landing by the SCV coming out under it, but
Baneling Nest now coming down from Winter. It looks like he's going to opt for the Baneling Bust. His speed is about 3/4 of the way done, and 10 more Zerglings in production, flooding them across the map. He just wants to end this one quickly.
Yeah, but he's making Hellions 2 at a time from Triforks, so you know this kind of looks like the game we saw before. I mean, Winter's looking like he's going to be going into a lot of Lings and Banelings. I suppose the last time did that. It did not have the banelings that followed, but you know, a lot of Hellions coming out and stim being researched here as well for the Marines.
Well, this is a lot more Zerglings than we saw the last game. There's about 30 on the map right now, but there's only 2 Hellions and 2 Reapers. It's going to be very hard for him to handle this. Third Reaper does come out. Oh, if he gets up on that ramp, he might be all right. Get that.
Oh, but the Hellions going over the supply depot didn't allow him to raise it up.
But he is able to get those out of there, slightly not getting the surrounds. SCVs get pulled. They're trying to just zone out these Zerglings. More Zerglings are streaming in, though. They're going into the natural mineral line, running around the main. It looks like the main ones did get cleaned up, so now, but 3 Banelings are being cooked in the corner. And these Zerglings are just running amok.
Yeah, now the Hellions are roasting the Zerglings as they're attacking the supply depots here.
3 Banelings heading into the main mineral line. There's not a lot of clumping.
The Zerglings.
Oh, woo. That was a lot of SCV kills right there. And
did bust that supply depot at the edge. Lost a few more SCVs on that explosion there, but these Hellions are extremely low, so it's not going to take many Zerglings to take them out. More Zerglings streaming in from Winter, but the Hellions on the ramp in great position to roast up all these Zerglings.
Yeah, he's really got to keep those high health Hellions in the front on that ramp and just head off those Zerglings as they're streaming in. It is 20 drones to 8 SCVs.
Total of 22 workers killed by Winter.
And unbelievable. That was a hugely successful attack.
Yeah,
and,
but
you know,
now Triforks has got to do something with what he has to be able to get back into this.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, Winter just keeps streaming across the map. And while Winter isn't necessarily macroing all that much, he's definitely hurt Triforks.
Oh! More Banelings in the natural mineral line, taking out a good chunk of the remaining SCVs. And a mule.
So now only 4 SCVs remain. 3 are in production. The Hellions are trying to get these Zerglings killed, but they keep getting surrounds.
Really nice control there, actually, by Triforks, controlling those Hellions. Now there are a good number of Hellions on the map. It looks like there's going to be 8 here in this group.
But there is a Roach Warren behind this, and really, honestly, Triforks does not have the economy to be able to transfer or transition into any other type of aggression here.
I mean, and Winter's doing a good job of keeping him back by just keeping a few Zerglings coming in, and there's no supply depot left there to keep the Zerglings out of the main base. So these are going to be able to come up in here and probably target this mule down first.
And just more kills. The Hellions do come in and save the day, but they were forced back. You know, 3 Zerglings were able to keep back all of those Hellions. And
they saved the day, but like you said, the Roach Warren is out, so now he's able to produce roaches, which is going to make these Hellions largely ineffective at doing any kind of push.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure how Triforks is going to be able to transition out of that. He's still only at 11 SCVs compared to the 36 drones.
And once again, those Hellions moving out and some Zerglings running in, but they do thwart them and actually roast the heck out of that pine tree there. That's not very green.
It looks like there is 1 roach in production now, but there's not really there's no roaches on the map just yet, so he's kind of being a little bit slow in getting that
Winter's
production.
saving his money here because he knows the Hellions are going to be sticking around home, I think, because of the blings he keeps running in, and, you know, they are largely doing that. Hellions take a while to take out these rocks. Actually, they do it surprisingly fast. Pure fire on rocks seems like that would not work out so well.
Not so well. There are 2 Zerglings in the natural mineral line, and those SCVs are unsure of what to do. Hellions do come forward and save the day. There are 2 mines on the field as well. 1 burrows at the base of the natural.
So now with these mines out here, Triforks maybe be a little bit more comfortable with moving some of these Hellions out to try and see if he can poke around a little bit. Still haven't been many roaches made. If we look at units, there are a total of 1 roaches on the map.
So it looks like Winter may have thought twice about his decision to go roaches just yet. And, you know, I think that's probably smart. You can tilt a certain amount when you have that kind of aggression, but honestly, it's a safer play to just go back after you've dealt that kind of damage, do the macro game, get way farther ahead of your opponent just by doing the economic transition, and then coming back with an even greater force that you know will crush him, as opposed to
and that's
smaller
exactly
force.
What he's doing, because he's got 11 roaches in production.
Yeah, he didn't want to risk anything. He wants to push forward and make this happen.
And even has some Banelings here still to help accompany these Hellions. And 2, I mean, really, he has 2 less Hellions than he really has, because 2 of these are nearly dead.
Yes.
Even barely, nary a shot could take them out. But it looks like the creep is going to be working its way across the map. The roaches rallying themselves up somewhere. Scan going down. He sees nothing but the Baneling nest and the spawning pool, so he really doesn't get a whole lot of information from that. Roach is gathering up at the natural expansion.
He does see a roach now at that Zelnaga tower, so he has an idea that there are roaches on the map. One roach isn't necessarily enough to indicate that he's going all roaches, as there wasn't really I don't think there's any upgrades on those just yet.
Yeah, Winter smartly actually morphing in some overseers here. He hasn't actually seen any mines, but it's definitely a good. I mean, he does have a lot of experience, so I mean, he can assume at this point that there's going to be some mines out most likely.
3 Zerglings move up and do absorb that first mine shot, so this mine is going to be able to be taken out. Banelings moving forward, roaches moving forward. And oh my gosh, those mines are almost doing more damage to the Hellions than they are to the Zerglings.
That was not an ideal mine shot there, going after the small group of Zerglings instead of the giant group of roaches. Now the overseers are there, so they are going to be able to clean up all these SCVs that are being pulled down here to try and hold this back. This is going to be GG for Triforks.
Yeah, I don't see any way out of this for him, unfortunately. So that will put Winter as the winner of this match.
Well, maybe we shouldn't claim that so early. I mean, GG, well played. And good job to Winter being the victor of this match, 4-1. So he did drop a map, but very commanding play. I mean, honestly, we saw the same thing. I'm not going to say the same thing, but largely the same thing out of Triforks the whole time. Hellions, Marines, and Mines. It just didn't work out for him.
He was just having a hard time, but he did say earlier in an interview that we did with him that, he just didn't feel comfortable doing mech against Zerg. And it seemed like he only really felt comfortable with one or two builds that he could do against them. We didn't really see a whole lot of deviation in his style. So, unfortunately, he was just not able to be creative enough to get underneath Winter's skin. Winter doing a few different things, and so he is victorious. Winter is, at this point, guaranteed cash, as he is going to be moving on to the grand final and will play again tomorrow. He will either be taking first or second at this point.
Yep, and for you coming up, we're going to have an interview with Winter here real quick, as we've done several other times today. And we're also going to be jumping down to cast some of the loser bracket semifinals.
That's right. We are all wrapped up with the winner's bracket for today. We are going to be getting into the semis for the loser bracket just to determine who is going to be moving forward and eventually find out. We might not find out till tomorrow who's going to be going up against Winter, but we will be finding out who's going to be competing for that spot later on this evening.
So hang on with us. We're going to take a brief break while we wrap up Winter here to do a quick interview, and then we will be moving on with our next matches. So hang on in there with us.
Stay tuned.